forgot to turn my mic on.
I'm sorry.
Take 2. I've been silenced in take 1. I can't. Welcome back to the Gemini archives.
Welcome back, everyone.
The podcast that, what did I say the first time? I said something so cool, and then Lauren's like, oh wait, your mic isn't on.
I forgot to turn it back on.
What did I say? Oh,
the
podcast that is here sometimes, or something. Yeah. It's not going to be as funny now.
That's hopefully returning to regularly scheduled upload.
Yes. We apologize for that.
Yes. I know. Things have been nuts.
I have been, well, we both been, but I've especially been extremely busy.
I know.
Like, to the point where I forget to eat some days. Kind of busy.
Well, that's not good.
I know. I have things to do. I have money to make and witches to wax. If you know what that's from, I was just gonna say, please become my best friend because it's one of my favorite movies ever.
Yes. It's one of the best of his movies.
Yes.
Hint, it's a Stephen King movie.
Hint, it's Rose Red.
Okay, I mean, so much for having people guess.
Well,
but
whatever.
It's fine.
No one's gonna fucking guess that. It's such it's a 4-hour fucking movie / miniseries / whatever the fuck. And it's like 3 seconds right in the middle of the movie. Who the hell is gonna remember that?
Well, I know.
But, okay, so we're back.
Hey,
hi. We're a little pissy this week.
It's gonna be a ranty episode.
Oh, well, we've been following closely with some stuff that's been going on, some current events, if you will. Current events for us, anyway. Things that we find interesting. Not so much like we will never probably talk about anything politically related unless it affects us directly.
No, you could go to a different podcast for politics because we're not about that life.
Yeah, I couldn't give less of a shit.
Well, me either.
But this is more in the realm of things that we find interesting. So like makeup and animatronics.
Yes.
And can I just start off, though, by saying you showed me something the other day that infuriated me to no end.
What?
Sephora.com.
Oh, yeah.
So this is Laura and I go on Sephora a lot, obviously. That's where I buy almost everything that I wear, almost.
Yeah. Sometimes Ulta, sometimes other brands.
Yeah.
Sometimes Jeffree Star.
Oh, yeah.
By sometimes, I mean more than sometimes.
Yes. But Lauren sent me something this week, and I thought it was a joke at first, because that's how ridiculous it was to me. I'm like, they aren't seriously going to sell this. And they're selling it, y'all. They're fucking doing it. What they're selling is, what is it? I don't want to fuck up the name. What is the exact name you gave me?
Hold on.
Look it up. I don't want to fuck this up because...
Did I tag you in a post about it?
Yes.
Hold on.
At the Gemini Archives, we're extremely professional and on top of everything.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, keep talking about it. I'll find it.
It's something they're putting out. It's like a kit. I don't know how it relates to beauty, really. Maybe there's like 1 or 2 beauty products in this kit.
I found it.
And what is it called, Lauren?
It's called the Starter Witch Kit from Pinrose on Sephora.
And what does it include?
It includes... Hold on.
The Starter Witch Kit.
It includes its own set of tarot cards. 2, 4, 6... 8, 9 essential oils, some sage, white sage, in a bundle to burn, and rose quartz.
I mean,
that's what it includes.
So,
and it's in this, it's in this blue and pink and yellow, like a pastel witchy box.
We'll put the link down in our description.
We'll put a picture of it. I'm not even sure if this is a joke or not, but I don't think it is.
I hope to fuck this is a joke.
Yeah, but what's more infuriating, because I saw this on Facebook, is the chicks in the comments who are like, oh, we get to be witches now. Look at us being all witchy. And I'm like, I literally want to go stand in traffic.
I mean, there is so much wrong with this that it's making me go blind. I can't even begin to describe to you how infuriated this makes me. Because the main reason it's making me so pissed is because it's taking away from the small businesses that actually practice this stuff legitimately.
Yeah, and sell proper shit.
Yeah.
You
Stuff
know.
that's been cleaned right and, harvested locally and whatever. And it's just like, you're going to really... And Sephora is one of the biggest corporations in the world. And you're really going to buy a fucking corporate witch kit? And now it's going to become like a thing. Like now everyone's like how... If you follow along with beauty trends, you've probably noticed this. Like mermaids were a thing for a while.
Unicorns.
Oh, and unicorns.
Like hollow stuff, It's just like now it's going to be witches because, Halloween's coming up. So we need to do something, that pertains to Halloween. But it's also still related to beauty somehow. But it's like witches, like in folklore, are like the ugliest people. Like, literally.
But they're not always ugly.
Not always, but the witches you hear about,
Or modern witches, quote unquote. People that actually legitimately practice stuff. It's a mockery. You know? The way I see it, that's like if you, Sephora put out, like, a first Holy Communion kit or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, something
Become
like
a nun
that.
kit.
Yeah, like, it's a mockery of something that someone practices. And it's disgusting to me. And, like, although it would be fucking hilarious since you and I came up with the My First Exorcism kit.
Oh, my God.
But we're not actually selling this garbage,
No, if we did, it would be, like, a complete joke.
I mean, it would be a joke, and it would be, like, for satire only. They are making this a legitimate, or making it seem like a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
And it has pissed me. I know, you and I both just, like...
Oh, we just stripped at the same time of our hoodies.
It's fucking... Well... I'm getting warm already. I'm fucking pissed.
I could turn the air up in a little bit.
Thanks. But it's like, what the fuck, Lore?
I know. Like, literally, what the fuck?
I just...
Are you sipping that tea? It's not even tea, it's water.
No, it's just water.
Oh.
At least it's not fucking 1,000,000 degrees today, and it's... thank God. It's, like, actually cool out today.
Oh, my gosh. We went through, like, a 4-day heat wave. It's September... And now it's like, oh, I forgot, fall's coming up. Let me get cold.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks, Mother Nature. I mean, honestly.
Well, I know, and that's part of the reason why we're recording the podcast on, like, a Friday. Because it's just been too fucking hot to record. Like, we don't want Lauren's laptop to fucking explode.
Well, the laptop, the fucking soundboard. And
yeah. All this shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna fucking melt into nothing. But, yeah, we were legitimately pissed about this.
Oh, my God. Just, like, the dumb shit that corporations put out. It's just,
I know.
Why?
You and I both are just so, like, we have a burning hatred for corporations and people that sell themselves to corporations.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I hate it. I will never work for a corporation, ever.
Yeah, me either.
Because that's all Sephora is. It's one giant corporation. Like, and any brand that's underneath, or that sells through Sephora or whatever, they have no fucking control over what they do. It's all Sephora.
Yep.
So, I don't know what fucking idiot, came up with this idea, but I'm sure they're going to be sitting on mountains of cash now at the expense of fucking, people that actually
want to talk
sell
about
this.
Appropriation. Jesus Christ.
I know. They don't think because it's not real. Yeah, it's like a legitimate thing. Like, people use this stuff in practices and whatever, And it's like, it's not even a beauty thing. That's the thing. Like, what makes it a beauty product? Because, essential oils.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like, there's no, like, your makeup and skincare. Like, yeah, I guess you could. Like, it's a stretch. Like, you could use essential oils as skincare, but, like, it's a stretch.
Yeah.
It's frankly just disgusting to me. And, like, I'm not living for this. Like, I've had it.
fucking had it too.
I've had it with a lot this week. Me and Lauren have just been pissed the fuck off.
It has been a week.
Yeah.
My friends.
It has been a long week. I just want it to end.
I know.
And next week's going to be even longer. I have to go to the dentist next week.
I know.
I just want to die. Someone just give me a new tooth. Thanks. That's what happens when you grind your teeth. I have a problem. Sometimes I grind my teeth in my sleep, and I get cavities because of it. And now I have to go get a fucking filling next week because I'm so stressed out because I grind my teeth.
Well,
so
I don't grind my teeth, but I clench my jaw a lot.
Yeah.
Like that, which is probably just as bad.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know why I do that.
I don't know either. It's stress, I guess.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit.
I know.
It's all fucking bullshit.
At the expense of my teeth.
So, I'm in just a great fucking mood today. And we're going to be even more in a great mood once we start talking about what the hell has been going on.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. In like...
Not in our life, but just like the things we've been keeping track of lately.
Yeah, and like reading about... Because Lauren fell down a hole... And I found down like a separate hole, but also kind of the same hole.
There has to be a segment on our podcast. I don't know what we're going to call it, but where I just talk about the holes that I fall down for the week on YouTube or the internet or the what. Because I do this every week. I find a new hole to fall down.
Because you're a Gemini, and that's what we do.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Like, I fell down a plasmatics hole, like, last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was.
Ooh, that's me with Cannibal Corpse. Literally. Well, not that I just got into Cannibal Corpse. I've been a fan for years.
Oh, yeah. Long time.
Yeah. But I just fell back into the Cannibal Corpse hole.
Yeah.
So.
I know, because what? They put up or all of them, all the DVDs.
Oh, yeah.
YouTube.
Metal Blade, put up their record label for anyone who doesn't know, put up they have a 20-year anniversary DVD called Centuries of Torment that I physically own a copy of, and this is the pinnacle of my laziness because I physically own this DVD, but I did not want to get off my iPad to go fucking get it and put it in the DVD player.
It's in my room.
Yeah.
I have it. It's right there.
So I literally I'm like, I wonder if it's on YouTube. Metal Blade uploaded the entire thing to YouTube.
Excellent.
All the discs, like for that DVD, plus like when they recorded Evisceration Plague and like all the behind the scenes stuff with them recording with Eric Rutan, which just him talking about like I forgot what it was, but I think he was just like, singing back like whatever they were recording.
Yeah.
And he had a William Shatner bobblehead to put like pencils and shit in. He's like, can you imagine William Shatner singing this shit? I was like dying laughing.
He's great.
A stellar human.
I just saw too recently, this might be old news now by the time this goes up, but he recorded a metal version of the Eagles fight song.
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah.
I'm just like, you would. I fucking lost it. I'm like, seriously?
It's awesome.
But yeah, I know. I haven't watched those in fucking. We used to watch them all the time,
just to literally all the time,
just to like have it on in the background. Like it would just be on.
Yeah,
and we would just watch it. And like, yeah. I think the last time I watched that, I was in high school.
I think so.
Maybe not.
It came out in 2010.
Maybe not.
So.
It was a while ago.
It was the end of when we were in high school.
Maybe it's when I started college.
Yeah.
Something like that. That makes me sound old when I say that, by the way.
Yeah, we're only 26,
let me
but
put this down. Like making noise.
I know.
We're
only 26, but I know. That was like...
I started college when I was 18 and graduated when I was 22. 23, I'm sorry.
Yes.
When I was 23. Right? Yes.
Yeah, 5 years.
Winter of 23.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that shit.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, so I fell down that hole.
Oh, God.
And I'm going to talk about it later at the end of the show, though. Because I'm probably going to put a Cannibal Corpse song in. Even though I've wanted to put it in Uncle Acid's song for like 3 weeks, and I just didn't.
We could still do it, Lauren.
I know. I think I'm going to.
Okay.
And putting Cannibal Corpse next week because fucking Jesus, man. I love Uncle Acid. Anyway,
know.
that's later.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So we've been following some things this week. We've been pissed off about some things this week. I feel like every day I've been waking up and it's like some bullshit has been happening.
Yeah.
It's just been one of those weeks, dude. Like I woke up yesterday and Burt Reynolds died.
oh yeah,
I was very upset about that. Like, I love Match Game. You and I both, we love Match Game.
Yep.
And I just remember when he had like when he came on for like that 10 minutes or whatever it was.
yeah.
And I was like, Burt Reynolds. And his mustache was cool as heck.
Oh, R.I.P. mustache.
R.I.P. mustache.
We used to watch those I Love the 70s things on VH1, and they
Oh,
literally had a segment called Burt Reynolds Mustache. And it was just a song that was like, it's time for Reynolds Mustache. It's time for Reynolds Mustache. And then they show it. And then at the end they'd be like, that was for Reynolds Mustache. That was for Reynolds Mustache. And then we'd just go to a commercial. I was like, all right.
Oh, Burt Reynolds. May he rest in peace. He had a heart attack.
I
Poor
know.
thing. It's a shitty way
Apparently
to
he
go.
was having problems for a long time. I think he was just about to do a movie too, right?
Yeah, he was going to be in the movie about Charles Manson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think. Right? Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I read that somewhere. I don't remember where, but I think he was going to be in a movie about the Manson family.
Great.
Lauren,
Sorry.
it is way too early for you to be doing this.
I was stretching. Give me a break.
You good?
Can a girl stretch? Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Oh, God. Oh, that was probably gross.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I know, we do like gross things and don't realize that we're doing them.
Well, because here's the thing. It's just me and Lauren in here recording usually, and it's like, when you and I are around each other, who gives a shit, right? Like, we don't care. She's not even fucking listening to me.
What? I'm sorry. I got a text. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll wait.
No,
It's
I'm
fine.
done. I'm done.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're good?
It was a big text. I had to check.
Who is it from? I don't even care.
It was from her father.
Oh, God. I don't want to know. But, I don't even remember what I was saying now. Oh, because it's just you and me in here.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes we'll just do, like, gross things. Because Laura and I, you know, we've known each other since the womb. So...
Yes. We've been very close at one point.
So we literally don't care.
Yeah.
But it's like... Whatever. Sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh, sorry, there's people listening right now.
I know.
Not live, but, you know, at some point.
Well, this is how we actually are as people.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
take it or leave it.
What, gross?
Well, no. But, you know.
Just human.
This is how we are as humans. You know? Because people have, like, a little professionalism when it comes to, like, talking to other people. You know? Kind of put on a little bit of a front. But for us, it's like, I don't fucking care.
Well, it depends on the person.
Okay, well, yeah, it does depend on the person.
If I'm, like, with my friends and shit, I literally don't care.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. But, like, oh, God, I remember when I used to, you know, work in funeral homes and stuff, I had to be, like, a robot, basically. I had to be, like, so perfect. It's just like, ugh. But... That's why it's nice to just be able to do something and just be like, oh, I just, you know, whatever, making stupid body noises and burping. It's like, sorry.
But listen.
Oh, sorry. I just fucking kicked Lauren.
No, it's fine. We all burp. We all fart. We all make gross fucking noises and do gross things. If that really offends you, then you're not human.
I know.
And you don't understand what bodily functions are. Like, literally, there's no reason to be offended by a burp or a fart or a cough or, like, I don't know, mouth noises.
Well, depends on the timing, too, because, you know, if you're at a funeral and you fart...
Oh my God, I would fucking die laughing.
I mean, it does...
I would be next to the person in the coffin because I would be dead from laughter.
Well, you know what? It does help break the tension, so maybe it is okay, but usually it's not.
Yeah.
Or like when someone like burps in the middle of a fucking eulogy or something.
Oh my God, I would laugh even harder.
Oh my God. That happened once. I don't remember what funeral it was. I remember somebody fucking burped like loud in the church, so it was like echoey
Yeah.
and shit. And it was like right in the middle of like the most important part of the mass.
It was burping for the gods.
Me and my boss, quote unquote, like had to leave the building. We were like trying so hard not to laugh because it wasn't just like a subtle like man. It was like fucking like I don't know.
Like it came from the gut. Like,
yeah,
deep in the depths.
like it was like. I'm trying to think of a comparison.
It's like, it's not like you put a dish in the oven for 10 minutes and then it's like lightly brown. This is like brewing in the crock pot for 8 hours on medium fucking heat or whatever.
Yes.
And then it's like,
he just unleashed it. Like
avalanche.
his burp was meant to like be heard from 20 miles away. I'm just like, oh my God, dude.
oh. I mean, was it like a long burp? Or,
yeah.
Oh my God.
It was like,
worse.
we thought like there was a car alarm going off outside kind of loud.
Oh my God.
I was just like, what the fuck was that? And this like poor family sitting there fucking sobbing. They just lost like their mother, daughter, whoever, you know. It's just like they're fucking bawling their eyes out and I'm crying in the bathroom from laughter.
Was this a guy who like in part of the family or like?
I have no idea.
Oh my God.
I honestly couldn't even tell you who this guy was. He was kind of sitting towards the back, so I'm assuming he wasn't too close to the family. I'm like, they were probably ripping pissed about that.
I would be too.
Oh, it made our whole fucking day.
Oh my God.
I'm like, thank God. But you know, so when it comes to things like that, probably not the most appropriate time.
Yeah.
But you know what? We are human. So
we can't help it.
I forgive you. Or unless you do it intentionally, like in someone's face or something, I am not okay with that.
Oh, that's fucking gross.
It's disgusting. You and I have had so many guy friends in our lives who've just like done that.
They're so... Guys are gross.
Guys are like they fart on you. Like they don't give a shit.
Well, don't even get me started.
I know.
Christ.
Especially. Oh my God. I know. I feel so bad.
It's not even just the farting. It's the Dutch ovening, which is just... It's bad.
I know. Anyway.
Yes.
I feel a little bit better now. I'm not as angry.
I know.
I laughed at farts like a 2-year-old.
Well,
man.
we could go to break now and then come back with all the tea that we want to spill.
Oh God, I know. I gotta fucking like watch Rocky or something and get pumped up.
Da-da-da. You have to put the music in.
Oh God, why did I say Rocky?
Well, you know, that music will get you pumped to go to a funeral.
I know. That music will get you pumped to go to the DMV.
I was just gonna say the DMV.
Oh,
the
God.
DMV, a fucking, I don't know, a cremation, I guess.
Have you ever seen a cremation happen?
No.
It's actually pretty interesting to watch.
I'm sure they have them on YouTube.
I mean, they must. If they have live autopsies on YouTube, they must have cremations. You don't see much. You just kind of hear like a lot of shit. I'm sorry, my eye is itching me like crazy.
You didn't have to say it. It's fine.
Well, I don't know if they could hear me rubbing my eye. I don't think so, but...
No one would have ever guessed unless you said, hey, I'm itching my eye right now.
I look like a fucking 2-year-old that like just woke up and like is rubbing their eye like crazy. That's what I look like right now. Anyway.
Yes.
We're gonna go to a break.
Yes.
We're gonna come back and we're gonna be like Rocky, just all fucking jacked.
Yeah. Running up a flight of stairs.
I'm gonna just be talking incoherently. Just like, I don't know, what the fuck. Just talk like that the whole episode.
Punching meat.
Punching meat. Beating my meat.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Well.
I've been listening to a lot of Deep Purple this week.
Uh-huh.
And
did they punch meat? Did they beat their meat?
I'm sure they have before. Who am I to judge Deep Purple? And if they haven't, I still don't judge. But yeah, I've been listening to it. Oh God, my eye is itching.
I've never heard of them.
I've been listening to a lot of Deep Purple.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna put in a song right here. I don't know which one yet, but one of them. It's going right here.
Okay.
Yeah. They're cool and shit. I don't have much to say about them. And Laura comes in, she's like, I fell down a hole. I looked up everybody on Instagram. I fucking follow their wives now. Like, for every band that we talk about, I'm just like, I don't know. They just kind of sound cool.
I know. Oh, you mean whenever I put a song in the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Like, when you, the Murder Dolls hole or whatever.
Oh my fucking God.
Like, I found Joey Jordison on Instagram. I followed his wife. I love their cats.
It's his girlfriend, first of all. And second of all, they have like 7 cats. Or they had. I don't know. I think they only have 4 now, but...
Do you see what I have to deal with, everyone?
Their cats have an Instagram. Jordison Passio Pussies. Go follow them. It's like 3 black cats and 1 black and white cat. And they are the most adorable little cats. Aside from mine. Mine are cuter. You know. Well, I have to say that because he's going to get offended.
I know. He's always listening.
I know.
She
doesn't give a shit.
I know. She's kind of dumb, so she doesn't understand.
Yeah.
He's too smart, though. He's like, it's like having another human in the house.
He was literally sitting up in the chair before like a human. I'm like, what are you doing?
Just like fucking Dr. Claw.
He was. And he was like sitting up and like licking his stomach. It's like, God help me, Frost.
I love when you walk in the room while they're like grooming themselves and they look at you like you just caught them naked and they're like, excuse me. I'm like,
I know.
"Oh, sorry.
Well, it's like someone walked in on you while you're in the shower.
Well,
but it's like you're taking a shower in the living room.
I know. It's like I go in the bathroom away from everyone. You know?
They go in the bathroom and stand on the sink. I'm like, what's even there?
They do, though. I'm like, what are you doing? Or like, she'll lick the faucet, which is gross.
Oh my God, did you see Picasso eats popcorn now? Like smart food.
Translation. Someone fed her popcorn and now she likes it.
Yeah.
She just didn't put her head in the bag and start eating it.
Well, she wanted some the other day and no, it was treats.
Oh.
She wanted her treats the other day. She knocked all the S cookies off the counter.
That's the most Italian thing you could have ever said. We got S cookies in the kitchen right now, and no one's eating them because I don't drink coffee anymore, and those are the kinds you need to dip in coffee.
I know, otherwise it's too, like, it's like biscotti. Like, it's just too, like,
it's crunchy and dry, but I don't...
You have to wet it.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee. I mean, I kind of drink tea, but they're better with coffee, and it's like... I don't know, someone gave us S cookies. My mom, I'll have one every 3 weeks, and it's like there's a million of them.
I know.
So, if you want S cookies, contact the Gemini Archives at gmail.com, and we will send you your free complimentary S cookie.
Like the fucking Hilton with the chocolate chip cookie.
Yes, except you get S cookies with us, because that's how we fuck with things around here.
I know. I would send Lorna Doone cookies, but we ate them all because those shits are good.
That's what they're called. Matt, that's what they're called. I told my friend Matt, I told him I wanted to have some cookies a while ago, and they're the good kind, and I couldn't think of the name.
Lorna Doone.
Lorna Doone. That's what they're called, Matt. He listens to the podcast. Hi, Matt.
Hey.
How's it going?
Having a good day? You're going to get a text.
I know.
Like, yeah, I'm having a pretty good day, thanks.
You're just like, what? Anyway, so I was listening to a lot of Deep Purple this week.
We're going to go to a break.
We're going to go to a break now. I think I'm going to put in the song Black Knight because I like that song.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Sweet.
Thank you for letting me be so insightful just then. But all right, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. Laura just like licked the air. We took a break.
Uh-huh.
I went and I got the mail because I'm actually 70 and that's what I do with my day.
Yep.
And I got this giant fucking envelope.
It said, please help on it.
Well, on the front it said please. And then I turned around and it said help. And I'm like, is someone in danger? I'm like, what is going on? They want you, donate like 5 cents to some fucking school or whatever for just 5 cents a day. And I'm like, no.
For 5 cents a day, you could leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. How about that? How about you pay me to leave me the fuck alone?
I mean, I feel bad for those kids. Don't get me wrong.
I mean,
but
I
it's
know.
like, you give them 5 cents and then they ask for $50. And it's like, I'm not going there. I like to give, but not that much. So I have shit to pay for too.
Well, no kidding. It's like, your kid's gonna help me pay my mortgage?
I know.
Not doing that shit. Anyway,
Yes.
so I got that, and it made me laugh, and I was petting my kitty,
Yeah.
Frost, because Picasso only comes around when she wants food,
Yeah.
because she's, a bitch. I'm just kidding. I love her.
She's the true stereotype of bitchy cat.
Yeah, she is. She only, comes around when she wants food, meows, then, goes and hides for the rest of the day, and I'm like... But Frost is like, I want to be next to you immediately at all hours of the day.
Yep.
Because, I went downstairs while he was sleeping. And then, as soon as I walked by him, he got right up like, hey, how's it going?
I know.
I had to sit there and pet him back to sleep. I'm just like, I seriously, I tuck in Frost like he's my actual child.
He loves it, though.
And I love when people are like, don't say that you have no idea what it's like to actually have kids. I get it. But, I parrot the shit out of my I was gonna say my child, my cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He is. He's like a spoiled child. But
he's great.
he's adorable. And he was like, you doing a podcast up there? Can I come? Can I say things? Looking at me. I'm like, learn how to talk. You can come on the podcast. I would love, could you imagine, what would Frost say if he had the ability to talk, you think?
He would be like a BuzzFeed article, I think. 10 ways to contort yourself so you can lick your asshole. 15 ways to piss off your owners while they're trying to eat.
I've done all 15 in parentheses.
Number 7 will make you fuck your dad.
Oh my god, I wish Frost could talk. You know what? I don't wish he could talk. He probably would never shut the hell up.
God.
Actually, you know what? He's not very vocal.
No.
Picasso would never shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
He would probably just be like... He'd be like Edward Scissorhands. Just say something every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This has gone on way too far.
Anyway.
So we're back. We're here. We're queer-ish. We're gonna
Who's
talk...
queer?
I don't know. We're both queer, Lauren. Everyone's
Yeah,
queer.
right.
Everyone's
I
queer
have
in
queer
some way.
tendencies, so I mean, you're not wrong.
Tendencies?
Yeah.
Like what? You just accidentally I don't know.
I accidentally see a titty and I'm like, wow, I'm feeling things.
Yeah. I was gonna say something more clever, but I'm like, you know what? It just left me. It's just gone.
I know. I feel you.
So, we're gonna talk about some things today that we've been wanting to talk about for 2 weeks.
Yes.
And, well, 2 weeks? When did this happen?
I'm gonna say 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Well, this thing in particular.
Yeah.
And, well, the thing I want to talk about's been going on for, since the beginning of August, I want to say.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll start with your thing first, though.
Okay. To stem from all the beauty talk.
Yes.
So, I watch beauty YouTubers, like the
YouTubers.
The YouTubers.
If you will.
The makeup artists on YouTube. And, I mean, we've talked about Jeffree Star multiple times already on this podcast.
He's amazing.
And how I have literally loved Jeffree Star since I was, in high school. And I saw his poster in I forgot what magazine it was. And I put it on my wall because I'm like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Well, because up until that point, you've never seen anyone like him.
No. We were living a sheltered life until I saw that. And I was like, wow, I've literally seen everything now.
Well, I would say Marilyn Manson came first.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But, I mean, he was more so It was like Marilyn Manson was a pop star. That's
Right.
how we saw it.
And vomiting fucking Fruit Loops out of his mouth.
Incredible.
Like,
iconic.
It's incredible. And like the thing is, Jeffree's always stayed true to himself over the years and what he does and what he likes and how he is or whatever. So like I've always loved that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you and I are big fans of people that are unapologetically themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he always has been. I mean, now he can afford to be as bougie as he fucking wants to be.
Well, yeah, making like hundreds of millions
Yeah.
of dollars.
I'm telling you, even if you don't give a fraction of a fuck about Jeffree Star, please watch his series he did with Shane Dawson on YouTube just recently. It is incredible. Not only from Shane Dawson's point of view too, where he's been fucking killing it lately.
Yeah.
With these documentary series that he's been doing on his channel, like killing it. You know, and like he's stayed relevant for over a decade. I mean, that's huge. But so is Jeffree. Jeffree's been relevant for a long time. I mean, maybe not in like the news relevant, but just relevant in what he does for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I literally cannot recommend that series enough. Like, please watch it.
And I mean, even if you don't really, you know, if you don't like makeup that much or don't really know who he is, it's just like watching how he, like, it's like Oprah basically, like an Oprah story, like came from like nothing and now
Yeah.
he's like a multi-million-dollar corporation.
It gets fucking real as hell.
It's great.
And I love shit like that. And I don't know about a lot of other people, but I'm a sucker for a good story. I love hearing stories. I love telling stories. I love anything to do with a good story.
Yeah, and can I just clarify really quick? He's not really a corporation, he's self-owned.
Oh, yeah.
I said corporation, but he's really like a self-owned company. Like he's in charge of his own company that like, you know, he has like a warehouse and distributes for other companies basically.
Right.
And because I said before, like, I don't really like corporation. He's not really a corporation.
No, he's his own thing. His stuff isn't in Sephora.
Yeah.
But he sells his stuff through Morphe, which is an independent brand on its own.
Yeah.
And
it's not...
I think Beauty Bay, too, which is in Europe, so people in Europe could get his stuff.
Yeah, it's not a corporation in the sense that there's a million people involved in it. It's still, even like on a corporate scale, pretty small.
Right.
You know, it's still very, like, not many people are involved in this. Which is why he gets so much money, because he's not paying a million fucking people.
And not only that, he owns property and, like...
Yeah, and does, like, a million other things,
He's
too.
invested in so much stuff that has just, you know, racked up money over the years because of it. And it's like, you have to respect someone like that.
Yeah.
You know? Well, for me anyways, I have to respect someone like that. If you don't really care about Jeffree Star, I mean, that's fine. That's on you. But he's fascinating to me.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
now
so
am I
sorry.
boring you? Or?
No, I just caught your yawn.
Uh-huh.
No, it's true, though.
I know.
I know. Like, he is just, like... I aspire to be like that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just like so driven and so like smart about the way you do things that he's literally a millionaire now. Literally.
He's like a multi-millionaire.
Like, it's insanity. Like, how does someone go from like literally being able to like, let me try that again. Being able to can barely pay rent.
Yeah.
Thank you. I can't fucking talk today. To like, now he's like buying homes for people. It's like,
and giving hundreds of thousands of dollars to like charity and like homes and like all this stuff.
I mean, it's insane. So, with all that being said, what is the controversy behind this? That's just a little background for anyone that might not be aware.
So, Jeffree Star, after this series came out, the Shane Dawson series, it's like on top of the world. He's like elated and like a new person, and just everyone's been talking about him in this series.
Yeah. Well, also too, we should add, because they get deep, like with like his personal life and things like that. And
so that means friends and like people who have like backstabbed him and all this stuff. And he doesn't name any names, but he makes it pretty clear, if you know anything about Jeffree Star, who he's talking about.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, there was, I think it was like a few days after that series came out, like the last part. Like it just, because it came out over, it's like a 5 episode series that came out over like a span of a few days. So like the last part just came out, and like the reception was so great. Shane Dawson made it on the trending page, which he never had before in his whole YouTube career.
Insane.
And like he, you know, it was just like a first for everything, and it was just incredible. So here's all this good energy happening, and then the drama hits. His ex-friends, the people he cut out of his life, basically did a really fucking shitty thing. Well, it was one of them. Another makeup artist named Gabriel Zamora, who did a petty thing, and they were on a paid trip in Ibiza, of all places, for I don't know which. It was probably for like benefit or something.
Some makeup brand.
It was him, and then these are all the people that Jeffree used to be friends with. So it was Gabriel Zamora, who wasn't really his friend, like, to the degree that the other people were, but, you know, he still saw everything. Yeah. Manny MUA, who...
Laura and I have always fucking hated that guy.
I'm not even going to get into it, but he's just a fucking snake. Laura Lee and Nikita Dragon. It was all four of them in a picture, and they took this picture as a recreation of like a Kardashians. I don't give a fucking shit about the Kardashians, but apparently it was like a remake of a picture where they all flipped off the camera, and Gabriel put the picture on Twitter, and he's like, bitch, be jealous because we're living our best life, or like something like really shady towards Jeffree without actually saying it. And oh my god, it was like a 2-week ordeal.
Yeah, it was bad.
And people called them out, and they didn't own up to their shit. The only person who owned up was Gabriel, because he's the one who posted it in the first place. And he came completely clean because he was losing subscribers. But then it wasn't really Nikita. Nikita is like not even involved in this. Like, she said nothing, but she clearly doesn't give a shit either. But it was Manny and Laura who got like the fucking brunt of this shit. And Laura Lee lost almost 600,000 subscribers.
That's incredible.
After putting out a bullshit apology, it was 4 minutes long, because not only did that happen, but then people found racist tweets that she put up, and it wasn't just like black people, am I right? I mean, it got fucking racist, you know? It was bad.
I just love the way you said that. But I know, it's true.
What was I just saying? Yeah, so she lost...
So how much did Manny lose? A lot, right?
Like about 300,000.
Jesus, man.
She lost almost 600,000, which is huge because I don't think that's ever... Even Sam Pepper, who literally raped and molested people, did not lose that many subscribers in like a short span of time.
It's crazy.
But people were just done with the shadiness and the fakeness from them, because neither of them owned up to the fact that, you know, they had anything to do with this picture or any malicious meaning behind it or whatever.
Well, and the other thing too is they're both professional, especially Manny, they're professional coattail riders.
Yes.
So everyone knew that they were coattail riders. No one gave a shit because, oh, well, they act like everything's fine. But now they're getting called out on their shit, and everyone's like, okay, fuck this.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, yeah, I've hated him ever since, because we could see it right from the beginning. Like,
yeah,
dude, he just bounces from person to person, and the minute like that person gives them basically what he wants,
yeah,
he fucking acts like they don't even exist anymore.
Right. He did that to Patrick Starr. He did it to Jeffree, and he's just going to keep doing it to everyone else in his life and working his way up, but never own up to the fact that he did it.
Yeah,
which he thinks disgusting. It's okay, but it's not. He's like living this privileged fucking life and just doesn't even thank the people that got him there or appreciate them at all. He could say it all he wants, but the actions speak way louder than his words will. Like,
exactly.
You know? And like, I can't stand people like that. People who just take and take and take and they never give back or have any kind of humbleness in them at all. Like, it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
You know? At least Laura Lee has done charity events and given back to charity. Manny has never done any of that shit. Not as far as I could tell. You know, he kept everything for himself. He makes fun of drugstore brands because he's so used to high-end makeup that he thinks all drugstore is just terrible.
Oh, you mean the high-end makeup that you beg your richer friends to buy for you, you fucking asshole?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know?
And so after all this happened or whatever, like, their true colors came out. You know? They basically were mocking Jeffree and giving him a hard time after he just publicly opened up about his personal life and like the fact that people fucked him over and the fact that he's from a broken home and all this shit. And they didn't fucking care, and that's just gross to me.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
If you really can't see past all that shit and just be the better person and be like, look, I know what I did and I'm sorry. Like, go fuck yourself. You deserve all the bad shit that comes your way. Because, like, I have zero tolerance for that shit. And I know it's just, like, petty, like, YouTube drama or whatever, but, like...
But it's really like isn't.
It's not, because it's a bigger picture. Because this kind of shit happens all the time. Where just people take and just don't give a fuck who they hurt.
And people are selfish. And you know what? I mean, I understand this is a business, but I don't know if people realize this. You could do business fairly. Like, it's okay. Like, you don't have to be a fucking greedy, disgusting asshole to get where you want in life.
I know.
I don't know if people realize that, but guess what? It's a thing that you can do. You know? And I feel like lately it's just been people being entitled and disrespectful and cheating and lying and doing whatever just to get their way, which also ties into what I want to talk about too.
Yeah.
You know? But I'll get into it in a minute if you want to still harp on this.
I'm trying to think if I missed anything. Well, basically what happened with this whole situation is Gabriel took the brunt of like the blame because his apology video was 45 minutes long and explained everything just face to face, didn't bullshit, and it was like he's gained 300,000 subscribers because of it.
So all the ones that Manny lost, he got.
Basically.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and probably more now. The last time I checked, it was like 300,000. That was like a week ago.
That's insane.
So
that's a lot of people.
And it's like a good show of character, like, just tell the fucking truth.
Well, exactly.
You know, people, you know, may not forgive you and they're just being petty and that's on them. But a lot of people, if they see you're genuine in telling the truth and you own up to your shit, they're going to fucking forgive you, even though what you did was shitty. Because no one's fucking perfect. No one is. We all fuck up. We all say dumb shit. You know, it happens. No one in this world is perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is why I hate this culture of, I'm going to call you out on something you said 10 years ago, even though you don't think that way anymore, and I'm going to put you on blast for it.
Well, imagine if someone called you out on something you said 10 years ago.
Okay, so 10 years ago, how old were we? 16?
Yeah.
Do you know how different I am now than I was when I was a literal teenager?
Well,
like,
no kidding.
Give me a break. And it doesn't even matter if you were in your 20s and now you're in your 30s or 30s and 40s. It doesn't matter, you know? 10 years is a long time for you to learn things and change and be a better person.
And not to mention, the world was different 10 years ago.
Well, that too.
People were talking different and acting different, and a lot of things were acceptable then that aren't now.
Yeah, so, like 10 years ago, you know what? If you're offended by this word, don't listen to our podcast. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit. You know, 10 years ago, you could say the word faggot, and it's just fine. You know? You could say, like, oh, this is gay. Oh, that you're a faggot. You're this. You're whatever.
Or retarded.
Or retarded. And it didn't have the same, like, it wasn't as gravid of a word as it is now.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the right terminology.
It's like how people just say bitch now. Like, it's nothing. That's how gay and retarded was back then. And obviously we're not calling anyone that directly, but using it in context, you know?
And you weren't calling someone, oh, you're gay. It's like you're calling the situation around it gay. You know, like that was the thing, you know?
And I understand people who are actually gay and people who are actually retarded, not the same, obviously, but people who are fit into both of those categories hear that shit a lot, you know? So obviously 10 years ago, we didn't understand like how deeply that affects people because a lot of that shit hadn't been brought to like the light yet, you know?
Yeah.
People just said it just to be offensive and edgy.
Yeah. And
honestly.
You know what? Here's the thing too. Now, I don't say things like that.
I don't either.
I mean, hardly. You know, unless I am like enraged to the point where I can't see straight, I don't think those words I don't never say faggot. I never say it.
Well, me either.
Why would I say that? You know, like, I mean, maybe if I'm like really pissed off or something. We all say dumb shit when we're angry.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I never say that, because that's a lie. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, I've never said that before, because it's a fucking lie. Like, no, like, we all say dumb shit sometimes, but it doesn't mean I'm necessarily meaning it either. You know,
Right.
We all say things out of anger. We all say things we don't mean sometimes. That's just life, you know? And we say, okay, I'm not going to say that, and then we fucking move past it. We don't fucking I hate this culture of I'm gonna hold on to this so tight, and I'm just gonna keep nurturing it until it turns into a giant clusterfuck and use it against you.
People use it as a reason to hate someone, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, he said it one time 10 years ago, and now I completely hate him. It's like, really?
No, it's not even that. It's like, now I have a reason to hate him because everyone likes him, but I just don't want to like this person. But, oh, he said that? Good. Now I have a reason to hate someone.
Then just don't like him.
Yeah.
Just be like, I don't really care for him. Why do you have to put that on top of it?
Well, exactly. Like, I hate people who do that shit.
I cannot stand this fucking nitpicky fucking culture of, oh, well, we're not supporting this person anymore because they said, like, the Paula Deen syndrome is what I call it.
Yeah.
Paula Deen said some racial shit, which was, think about where Paula Deen is from and who she is as a person. She's from the South. Mm-hmm. And she said this in the, 70s, 80s or whatever?
I thought it was way earlier than
or
that.
even
like the
earlier
50s.
than that. When being racist was perfectly acceptable in that culture.
Yeah, especially in the South.
Yeah. And now her whole career is ruined because of one thing she said when it was perfectly acceptable to say it. Not that it's okay, but at the time, people were saying this probably is not okay to say.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to get at. You know? And it's like, that is so bewildering to me. Like, I think about, like, God, I can't even, just like when you and we did an episode, if you want to listen to this episode, where we read, like, profiles that we created for ourselves when we were, like, 16.
Oh, yeah.
And I even look back then, I didn't even say anything remotely that crazy, but I even look back and I'm like, God, I was such an asshole.
I know.
Just like the way I thought about myself and addressed myself. Like, yeah, I was such an asshole.
Yeah, like I would never do that now.
Yeah, now I'm like, I don't think I'm above anyone. Like, then I thought I was like the absolute shit.
Yeah, but you know what? People grow up.
Yeah.
You know, that's what happens. You know, when you have a young brain, you say young and dumb shit.
Yeah. And like now we have a culture where it's like everybody's so apologetic and so, you know, like, we have to be sensitive to this and blah, blah. And I'm like, not every little thing can be catered to. Sometimes your feelings get hurt in life. And you could either let it eat you alive to the point where you can't function as a human being, or you could just let it roll off your back and move on. And, you know, I'm talking about little things.
Yeah.
I'm not talking, if somebody's blatantly, like, attacking you for your race or culture or whatever, I mean, don't take that shit either. But what I'm talking about is like, oh, you said this 10 years ago, so you're a terrible person. It's like, no, because I don't think like that anymore. You know? It's just, I'm sorry. I'm getting heated.
No, I know.
It's insane to me that people are like this.
I know.
It's like, be a nice person. Don't attack people. And then you think you're being so great because, like, oh, I'm calling this person out on their shit, quote unquote. But it's like, no, you're a shitty person. You're attacking someone over nothing. You're the bad guy in this situation. You know?
Like, I feel bad for comedians now.
Oh, I know.
What can they possibly write about that isn't offensive? Their comedy, a lot of comedians' comedy is based off offensive things. And, like, you know.
Yeah, and they're going to shows and getting heckled by people. Like, you need to be nicer and not so misogynist and so this.
What are they going to make jokes about then? Like fucking rabbits?
It's like, if you want something that's G-rated, go fucking see Jeff Foxworthy or something. You know?
I know.
Like, Jesus Christ, people. It's like, they're jokes. You can't handle a fucking joke, then don't. And, like, nobody has a sense of humor anymore.
Well, I know.
Like, you can't fucking hardly anyone, you know, unless you're, like, on the same fucking level or whatever. But, like, God, some of the jokes that I think are hilarious, like, other people, like, have been uproar about. Like, I'm even going to say, I still love Louis C.K., and he had a lot of controversy around him after the Harvey Weinstein thing or whatever, and how he would, like,
But how long how long do you hold on to that shit?
Yeah, this isn't what I wanted to talk about, by the way, but we're going to talk about this because this just happened recently. He did a set at the Comedy Cellar in New York recently, like last week, I think.
Yeah, and it was a surprise. Like, no one knew he was going to actually be doing a set.
Yeah.
Except the owners of the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah, and
I think.
Yeah, and it was very, like, divided. Like, some people were like, you know what? We need to, like, let go now. I think that, like, you put in your fucking time, whatever. Like,
public shame and scrutiny is, like, enough of a punishment, I think.
Yeah, like, let's just, obviously he's not doing it now. We need to, like, move past it, you know?
Yeah, and obviously, if he does it again, he needs to be held accountable because he didn't learn anything. But if he's not doing it now or he never will again, why are we going to hold that over someone's head for the rest of their life?
Everyone deserves a second chance. This is his second chance. If he fucks up again, then goodbye, you know? But, like, then there's some people, you know, like fucking Kathy Griffin I was reading about. I'm like, who the hell is she anyway? You know? Just sitting there talking like, oh, well, by letting him, you know, come back, you know, or whatever, blah, 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 then we're saying that it's okay to do this. I'm like, no, we're not.
Kathy Griffin's... Okay, here's the thing. She's the fucking idiot who took a picture of the president's head decapitated.
Well, hello.
You know? Like, you have no right to say anything. You did something so stupid it almost put you in jail.
Yeah.
Because imagine if someone did that with Obama's head. Imagine what would have happened. There would have been riots in the street if that happened.
I know.
And not to get political, but that's exactly what would have happened.
Well, not to mention, too, it's like, we can't... That's the thing, too. We put these people on blast and, you know, whatever, because Jeffree Star, you know, same thing, fell into that category of, oh, you said something racist 10 years ago, and now we fucking hate you.
Yeah.
And we're using it against you.
And he clarified it in that video, the document series, too. He wasn't saying it at black people. He said it to two white girls who were giving him a hard time on a boardwalk.
And there's literally a video of it.
Yeah.
Like, there's actual proof that he said it to two white girls. The person,
whoever uploaded this video, cut that part out conveniently.
Yeah.
You know? To just make their own agenda. And it's, oh my God.
I know.
My blood is boiling just thinking about that shit.
I'm like, I don't trust anyone. I don't trust what I see anymore because everybody tailors it to fit their own fucking ideals.
Yeah.
So... You know, and here's the thing, too, like with Louis C.K. It's a perfect example because it's like, well, do we forgive the person? Well, is he not doing anymore? Did he go get help? Has he, like, you know, paid his dues? Fuck whatever. Yeah. You know? But, like, we can't, you know, I don't think it's okay. You know? I don't think it's okay what he did. I think it's disgusting. And quite frankly, I was pretty pissed off when I read it, you know?
Well, so was I.
You know?
Because it's like, fuck, man. He just ruined his whole career with this shit.
Yeah.
And because he didn't have self-control.
He was on top of the world, practically. Louis C.K. was huge.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's like, okay, so he did this, and it's going to taint his career for a long time.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that sucks about it. But, you know, it's like at some point... I mean, same thing with Eddie Murphy. He, like, slept with the tranny once. You know, oh, is tranny not appropriate? Now, I don't give a shit. He slept with the tranny. And, you know, no one held that over his head for very long. Some people still joke about it. But it's like, at some point...
I'm sure he still jokes about it.
Yeah, at some point, you accept that you did wrong, and you move past it.
But... when you're in, like, Harvey Weinstein's situation where it is, like, hundreds of women, there's no coming back from that. No way.
Louis C.K., it was, like, two or three different girls came forward, and, you know, he didn't, like, touch them or anything. He just, like, look at my dick or whatever he did. It was gross. But, you know, it's just, like, I mean, when you're someone like Harvey Weinstein where it was, like, serial fucking bullshit, it's, like, no, that's vile, and you need to stop. But, like, it was just, like, for, like, how many months now? It was just, like, people fucking getting called out for, like, oh, I did this once, and, oh, he looked at me weird, and it was questionable, and it made me feel uncomfortable. And then everyone cried rape for 4 months.
Well, I know.
And it's just, like...
the Me Too movement.
Yeah, it's just, like... And then it's, you know, for people that have actually gone through something that horrendous, that don't want to talk about it, are now being... pressured into saying something about it. It's like some people don't want to talk about this stuff.
Or handle it in their own private life.
Or, yeah, how about not put it on blast in the media and, pay attention to me and feel bad for me and fucking deal with it yourself. I mean...
Ugh.
There is so much wrong in the world. I just went on a huge fucking tangent.
I know.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. But that's basically what happened.
I know. We just packed our bags and went on a tangent there.
Oh, my God.
But, it's like... It all falls under this stuff. That's why, like, this Jeffree Star thing that happened, it's all under this realm of...
Because it's people who are jealous of someone who's more successful of them after they've used them to get what they want, because Manny and Laura both came out with their own cosmetic lines, and they went through Jeffree as a distributor.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are you fucking surprised that they got what they want and just pieced the fuck out? Are you surprised?
No, not at all.
So now, Laura Lee's stuff is not being sold in Ulta anymore. I don't know what's happening with Manny's stuff, but she lost all of her brand deals because not only from that picture, but because she said racist shit, you know? And I think that's more the reason why, like, people are really, like...
Wait, so when did she say that? Was it recently, or is it another, you said this years ago thing?
Well, it was like, you said it years ago, but it was a lot of shit. And she blames it on the fact that I was from the South, because she's from Alabama. I'm from the South, and I didn't know any better. I came from a small town. I come from a small town, you know?
I mean, you know what? I get it, too. Because like I said, with Paula Deen, she's from the South. It's different down there.
Yeah, however, this is in 2012.
Oh.
When the world is more aware of the fact that racism is a fucking thing.
So this wasn't like 15 years ago or something?
No, it was on Twitter.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Lord.
it was Twitter posts. But also really shady of people to just go through someone's Twitter and just pull out these tweets.
I mean, they're wrong on both parts in that.
I know, but at the same time, it's like she shouldn't have been saying, black people need to learn to pull up their pants so they can run faster from the cops. That was literally one of the tweets she said.
Okay, that's fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that is me. That's literally, you could look it up, the fucking post she put up.
It's mildly hilarious that she would say something so ignorant. You know?
I know.
It's like, Jesus, man. I know. It's like, I mean, that's like something... Why are you saying that?
I know.
You know?
And like, people wanted to be so edgy back then and say shit like that, me included, but I would never fucking put that shit on the internet.
I know. That's like like if we did say anything like that, it's like we were...
It was definitely not on the internet. It's in person. You know, I would have said it to friends in private. So,
yeah.
I mean,
I know. It's just watching all this just had us like our blood boiling, thinking about like all the fucking fucked up things that have been going on lately, and we're just like, what is wrong with people? Like, there's just so much wrong in the world. I'm sorry, I'm hitting the table. But, you know.
I know.
It's just like, I can't even deal with this. And it still kind of ties in with what I want to talk about.
Yeah, no, I'm done, so you can...
I'm sorry, I literally, like, went on a 20-minute tangent.
No, it's fine. I went on the tangent with you. We were there together.
No, we traveled to the tangent, or with the tangent. Can't talk. So anyway... What I want to talk about, this has been going on for a while now, and we talked about this guy on a couple...
What are the first 2 or 3 episodes?
Yeah.
And we would love to have him on the podcast one day.
Yes, please. Aaron Fechter, we would like to have you on the podcast. Aaron Fechter, hold on, it's
I know, I had to take my fucking hoodie off again.
I know, we came back on because
we got so heated.
We came back upstairs, we're like, it's chilly in here. Now I'm like, I'm sweating.
No,
with
it's
anger.
because we got so heated out of anger to take my hoodie off.
I'm like a steamed vegetable, only smarter. So Aaron Fechter is the guy who created, for those that don't, I'll just really quick, he created the Rockafire Explosion. Rockafire Explosion was in Showbiz Pizza, pre-Chuck E. Cheese. They're an animatronic band, blah, blah, blah. Chuck E. Cheese bought him out. They got shut down.
Please watch that Rockafire Explosion documentary that's on YouTube.
Oh, yes. Watch the documentary.
I'm going to link it below. Highly recommend. I'm also going to link the Jeffree Star series on YouTube below. Like, highly recommend watching both of those. Totally worth the time. So, yes.
Hold on. I'm just going to make a note.
Okay. I know, we have to keep notes here, else we forget to put shit in the podcast.
Yes. So that's what happened. I watched a documentary a while ago, and Aaron has a premium subscription service, basically, where he sends you videos of like stuff that he's doing with. He works for or he owns Creative Engineering, and it's stuff that he does there, like commissions that people have made. Like they just gave an animatronic to an amusement park in Texas, and it's for Halloween time. He sings like a bunch of Halloween songs, and
it's like, can I just say though, the animatronics he's been working on, like, look better than they've ever looked before.
They're incredible. Like the programming on them,
it's like so fucking butter.
Yeah, they're so lifelike, and they have so many animations and like movements, and
I know, I love it.
It's like, wow, it's insane. They just did they recorded a video for a Fall Out Boy song.
Yeah, it was because their most recent tour, they wanted the Rockafire on stage as a video in the background when they were performing.
Yeah.
So that's what he did. He synced up the Rockafire to play one of their songs. And I was like, does Fall Out Boy even know? And I'm like, oh yeah, they're old enough to know that.
They know who they are. So,
and they were from like the Chicago area. So
yeah.
I don't know if Showbiz was over there, but I'm pretty sure
it must have been.
It wasn't really popular here where we live in New England.
Yeah,
it was more so like a southern thing or like a Midwest thing. Not really. There was probably like a couple here.
Yeah, but
anyway,
so he did a video for Fall Out Boy, and it looked great. And he's been doing cool things like that. Well, the most recent thing that he did, was oh god. Sorry.
You all right?
Burping like 12 times in a row. He went all the way to California for San Diego Comic-Con, and he's still releasing the videos for this because the people that worked for Deadpool wanted the Rockafire to perform with Deadpool. And the way they made it sound was literally Ryan Reynolds was going to come out and perform with the Rockafire Explosion,
which I would have paid money to see that.
That would have been insane. So he drives himself with a trailer all the way to fucking California from Orlando. And he gets there, and then he finds out, oh, it's not actually Ryan Reynolds. It's an animatronic of Deadpool with 5 movements. One animatronic that he had alone has like 20.
Oh my god.
This thing moved 5 different ways. It looked worse than a Spirit Halloween animatronic.
Jesus
the only
Christ.
thing that made it look like it was valuable was that they literally used the Deadpool costume from the actual movie on it. Otherwise, it was just a hunk of shit. So, I've been watching these videos or whatever, and
yeah, which I don't see because I don't have the premium subscription. I bought it for Megan for Christmas, I love you, so she could have it. And Megan's been telling me about this, and Aaron uploaded one to the public. I'll link it below to the Rockafire YouTube channel, and it was just like a quick like little clip of like what was going on and whatever. And even that was hard for me to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't even imagine watching the rest. Well, go ahead. You can explain more.
So, he gets there, whatever, after it. He was there very early, he said. And they complained about him being late. Because typical Hollywood, hurry up and wait.
Yep.
And it's just a bunch of fucking... And I'll say it, they're my generation, the fucking millennials working there.
Yep.
But I'm talking about entitled fucking... Just, I'm going to try to control you even though I have no control here kind of fucking attitude. I've seen it before. It's fucking disgusting. So he shows up, he rolls up to the place, and it's 3 animatronics that he's got to unload and get set up and everything. 3. Barely any help getting them off the truck. Like one guy that he had been talking back and forth with mainly, like kind of put his hand on one while he had his phone up to his ear or whatever. Like trying to direct him where to go and act like he was kind of helping. Not helping at all. Gets in there. The fucking guy that programmed the Deadpool animatronic did not have any of Aaron's music files for the songs they have to sing. He didn't have anything ready to go. They had to wait for him to set everything up. Aaron was ready to go 2 days before that. And, like, this fucking guy is just all over the place. And Aaron had to save his ass. Like, he didn't have the right cables for something. And Aaron had to go get his from his truck. And Aaron's like, what if I didn't have these cables? We'd be fucked.
I know.
And, like, then they want to complain how Aaron's the one fucking, like, being disruptive because he's asking the guy that programmed this stupid animatronic, like, how he did it with, like... Because Aaron still used, like, analog and, like, the way they did it back in, like, the early 80s.
Yeah.
You know? Late 70s, early 80s, which is, like, Apple IIe computers, which is unheard of now.
I know.
It's insane. So he wants to know, like, how do you do it now, like, digitally? And honestly, I could have literally made a sock puppet with more movements than this thing. Like, I swear to God, Lauren, it was just sad. And it cracked me up. This is fucking, you know, total, like, Hollywood jargon, too. Like, oh, they had, like, the arm, like, the left arm was kind of, like, on a hinge, so it would, like, just kind of swing around. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, no, that's our free movement animatronics. I'm like, that's an arm hanging on a hook. I'm like, that's not free movement, you fucking idiots. So, I have been watching these videos, and they're still coming out. There's still stuff we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
And I'll update you as soon as I can. If anyone cares, let us know if you want to hear more about this, because it's still being released.
Or just buy the fucking premium subscription if you really want to see it.
If you really want to see it, I swear it is worth it.
Please support him, because Aaron does a lot, and he puts up with a lot of shit, and he deserves every penny that he gets, because he works so fucking hard.
I mean, just so hard, like days he will work. You know, and he's very passionate about what he does, and he deserves, you know, more than he gets. He really does. It's $72 a year, so roughly like 6 months. It's like $20 cheaper than Amazon Prime. Yeah, like I know it's not like a free library of movies or anything, but I mean, it's timeless videos that you'll have for the rest of your life. Yeah. You know? You know, and it's like, he sends them right to your email, whatever, like whenever he gets them done. And he loves doing this stuff. He loves making these videos, and you can tell, like, he includes everything. Sometimes the videos are like almost an hour long. Not always, but things like this, you know, like they're very long videos because he shows you literally every detail. Yeah. As if you are there with him. And if you really take interest in this stuff like I do, it's like the best thing ever, because I'm like, I want to see your process. I really love like the artsy side of it. Like when he makes the latex masks for the animatronics. Yes. I love watching that because I'm like, I want to do this. This is fascinating. I know. So, because I would like to do stuff like that too, honestly. I mean, I want to be more crafty than I am. I'm not artistic, I'm just crafty. Yeah. I've come to realize that. I know, that's something Laura and I want to do at some point too. Well, yeah. Like, I don't want to say it because I don't want anyone to steal my idea, but fuck it, I'm going to say it. Megan, no. Okay, I won't say it. But... So, I've been watching these videos of them dealing with the Deadpool guys. We haven't even gotten to the Comic-Con videos yet. This is just at their soundstage. They're recording a commercial for Deadpool, like the Deadpool 2 movie. You know, I don't know. I haven't seen Deadpool 2. I haven't even seen the first one. The first one was phenomenal. Yeah. I haven't seen the second one. But the second one, I guess Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 is like a song from the movie, and that's what they sing in the commercial. Yeah. I don't know. I looked it up, and apparently it's part of Deadpool 2. And they did not tell him at all that they were recording a commercial or anything. He had no knowledge of what he was getting himself into. They just said, we need 3 animatronics because we want them for Comic-Con. Okay. I don't even know what they did at Comic-Con, honestly, because I haven't gotten that far yet. But all these videos I've seen so far, he had no idea this was happening. He thought he was going to show up to this soundstage, and then Ryan Reynolds was going to come out and play with the Rockafire Explosion, and then they were going to record that for Comic-Con, and that was going to be it. But no, it didn't happen that way. They twisted everything around last minute and lied to him, and all these like fucking millennials. Like the minute they got the Rockafire Explosion up and playing, like everybody pulled out their phones because they're like, oh yeah, this is what actual hard work looks like. Oh, I can't.
I know, it's so gross.
It is gross. Hold on, my mouth is parched.
Oh.
But, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just so... It's so sad now.
Sorry, just making sure I didn't
you
have
drank
yours.
out of mine?
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
So I've been following this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, the way Aaron's like a fucking American hero.
Well,
the way
honestly,
I see it. Because this kind of thing is so specific to American, like Americana. Like you don't really see this over... I mean, you kind of do. The Rockafire Explosion, they do have it in Ireland somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But it's this kind of thing started in America. You know, we have very few things that we actually like started here.
Yeah.
So, and because, you know, he was inspired because he's from Orlando, like the Disney World fucking animatronics.
Right.
That's where it came from, you know, and
he's always been an inventor anyways.
yeah. And he invented...
If you watch that documentary, you learn a lot more about who he is as a person.
Yeah.
And just like...
He invented the whack-a-mole.
Yeah. No, a lot of people don't know that shit.
He invented the whack-a-mole, then a guy stole his idea and made... The guy that actually made the whack-a-mole made millions of dollars off of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just disgusting. This is what I mean. You know, he's been fucked over a long time, and now he's getting bossed around by a bunch of fucking punk-ass kids from California because, like, oh, you're working for us, and you're doing us a favor. But it's like,
how do people sleep after treating someone like that?
I know.
Like, how do you sleep? You know? I would feel like shit if I ever talked to anyone like that.
I know.
Unless they actually deserved it. But he was there doing a job, you know? They had no right to get in his fucking face and, like, well, I don't know if they got in his face, but, you know, be, like, as mean as they were.
I mean, they kind of did, yeah.
Like, it's fucking gross to me.
I know. And just, like, it just really pissed me off because it's like, oh, sorry. You know, it's like, why can't people just be, like, treating fair? I mean, to be fair, this is fucking, like, technically Hollywood. You know? This is, like, the mentality over there and whatever, from what I've been told. Someone that is from California that I know has told me, yeah, well, yeah, that's what they're like.
Yeah, I used to date a guy from California, and it's true, they're all fucking like that.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing about the people from California, and I'm not saying this to be bitter, I'm saying it from experience. They have, especially Southern California, like the LA area is more so what I'm talking about, not so much Northern California. They have everything there. Mm-hmm. Every restaurant, every form of entertainment, like everything. It is so hard to impress people or surprise people that have everything.
I know.
So when you give them something, they're going to relate it back to something else that they saw. No matter what it is. Whether it's, hey, try this dish out. Oh, well, I already had it at this place. Or, hey, what about this? Well, you know, let's go here. Now we already have that back in California. Like,
well,
you can't
I know,
impress
like,
someone.
oh, here's the Rockafire Explosion. Oh, well, we have our own animatronic. Like, that's how they acted.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're doing us a favor. And it's like, that doesn't give you a reason to be a fucking asshole.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, they have a mentality because they have literally everything over there.
I know.
You know?
They're, like, jaded.
I know. It's like kind of like how, like, super rich people can be kind of jaded because they could buy anything that they want. You know?
Nothing means anything to you when you have that much money.
I know. That's why you come from a place like where we are in New England, you know, unless you live in certain parts, you don't have shit. You have fucking rolling hills and farms, you know, and maybe a fucking McDonald's if you're lucky.
I know.
And like a semi-good movie theater. Otherwise, you don't have shit. And if you live in a place with a mall, oh my God, you're set.
Yeah.
Like literally.
No, it's true. Or like where we live, ESPN.
Yeah.
You know, like we drive by it every fucking day going to school, and it's just like, after a while, you're just like, I don't like sports.
I know.
You know, it's just like, if you're a sports fan, that's like cool as fuck. But like everything that I love is way far away from me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a big fan of Newport and the mansions in Newport. I could not live further away. Well, that's a lie. I could definitely live further away. But
the people from California go to fucking Newport. They're like, oh yeah, we have this in California. It's like, but it's different.
Yeah.
You know, like, having an ex from California and having him come here is the most infuriating thing I ever been through in my life.
I know.
There was nothing I could have done to impress him. Like, literally nothing.
The only thing he seemed impressed by was, like, when we went to a diner and he got, like, legit home fries.
That, and the city we live in Bristol, has a clock museum. And we went to a clock museum, and he seemed genuinely interested in the clock museum because it's the only one in the country, I think.
Yeah.
You know? Like, no, and we have a carousel museum. Like, there's nowhere else in the world, well, not in the world, but the country, anyways, that has a clock museum. And if you do, I'm sorry. Didn't know that, but...
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but he was, like, genuinely interested. Otherwise, it's like, you know, all the places we went, all the food, it's like he couldn't care less. It's like, well, what the fuck then? You know? It's like, it's so hard to impress people. But anyways, we're getting off topic.
Yes. So, I've been watching these videos, whatever, and it's that same motif of, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm going to take what I want from you and fuck you as a human being.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they just, we just want your animatronics. We don't care that, you know, you've done this and you're a part of American history, and they don't care. They don't even know who he is, probably. They're like, oh no, he wasn't on fucking MTV, so I don't know who the hell he is. It's like fucking, that's the mentality of these people now.
I know.
You know? It's like, is he on YouTube? It's like,
yeah, but I mean, that's not the point.
yeah, but like, it's just, it's so... I'm so disgusted with how this has become our culture now. Just cheating, lying, doing whatever we can to get to the top and not caring about people as people. You know? It's like, I'm sick of this now. Which is why I told you, I refuse to work for a corporation. I refuse to work for any big business or anything. Even just like, I take commissions... I mean, hi, hello. Oh, sorry. Hi, I take commissions. I said sorry to your fucking... to Lawrence Drake. I'm like, hi, sorry. But, you know, I take commission. I've been doing commissions for like 6 years now. And even still, I get people like that are so demanding of my time and my money. And, you know, they think that I could just fucking whip something up in 2 seconds and then,
Because it's people who don't understand artists and what they do.
Yeah, or appreciate it.
Yeah, it's people who don't understand or appreciate what people like Aaron do, you know? Which there are very minimal people like Aaron in the world.
Yeah, and it is an art form. Even though there's a lot of, like, engineering involved and a lot of whatever, it's an art form. Because you got to think about human movements, you know, and things like that.
And then you have to think about the music that plays.
Yeah.
He's a musician, too.
And he
has a beautiful singing voice. And, like, he has to... Well, back in the day, he made, like, a lot of those Rockafire songs. He was the voices of, like, Billy Bob and shit.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, he had to think about it from a musician standpoint, from a person standpoint, from an engineering standpoint. It's a lot of shit.
I mean, that's incredible.
And then an FX point, because they had to physically make the fucking face and body and fur and everything.
He does almost everything himself.
Yeah.
Which is insanity. To take... And this is what always astounded me about animatronics in general. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep burping.
I know, me too. Jesus.
To take something out of nothing.
Yes.
It's incredible. Like, how would you even think to do that, you know? And he had said back in the day he had, you know, assistance and help from other people, but overall, it's his conceptualization, his way of operating things, because there were plenty of other animatronics in the world.
Yeah, but Disney existed before that.
Yeah, but his surpassed that in quality, I think. Because even just like, I remember going to Chuck E. Cheese when I was a kid, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like...
And to be fair, we were born in 1992, had no idea that Showbiz Pizza was even a thing.
Yeah.
You
obviously.
know? They had already been bought out at this point.
And I remember going and I'm just like, I knew they were animatronics. Like, I could tell because they moved like animatronics and they were kind of rigid and, you know, their mouths moved and they sang and they blinked and stuff, but it's like...
You could hear the clicking of their, you know, eyelids and shit.
All the valves and stuff going in there.
Yeah.
Or the cylinders, whatever terminology he uses.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about engineering or technology. I don't know.
Me
So don't come for me. But... And then you watch something like Aaron and it just looks like they're... Like, they come to life, you know?
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow, you know? That's insane that he was able to master that, because it's a private company. He didn't have people breathing down his neck, fucking, you know, telling him what to do and this and that and the other thing. And he's been able to perfect it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an honor for these Deadpool people to get someone like Aaron, you know, in the first place.
I know.
And they treated him like, oh, you work for us now. Like, you're beneath me. I hate that fucking mentality. I hate it.
If any of those people gave me sass, I would have just walked away. It's like, I don't want your fucking money. I don't want your time. I don't fucking care. I'm leaving.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm more strict with my commissions now because of it. Because people think that in like 2 days I could just beautifully execute something and they don't want to pay up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I charge fair for what I do, but everyone could, oh, I don't really have that money and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't work for free anymore. I'm sorry, you know? And a lot of people too, like, can we trade? It's like, no, I'm not trading anything, you know, unless you literally have like Mike Patton's shirt or something, or Mike Patton in general, I will do a trade. But, you know, it's like, I don't work like that.
I know.
This takes me a lot of time, and I put a lot of, you know, I put my soul into this stuff. It's a part of me, you know, like my artwork is so personal. And I need to be compensated for it at the end of the day.
Well,
you know?
It's not even just you, but it's every artist too.
And every artist, I should say,
you know?
yes.
This is, I mean, obviously you speak for yourself, but I mean, this goes for any kind of, whether it's an artist, a musician, someone who's doing you a favor creatively.
Yeah.
You know, it's all the same thing. You know, especially musicians too, which I kind of, it's not for me personally, but like dating musicians and being around a lot of friends who are musicians, they get fucking gypped.
Oh, I know. I think I've exclusively dated musicians in my life.
I think I have too, honestly. I need to stop because Jesus Christ.
No, I love them.
Well, you know, I need to date the better musicians.
Oh, I know. Some of them are not that good.
Yeah.
But, you know, I get it. You know, I've seen them struggle with it. That's why artists and musicians are on the same level, because we're both we're not taken seriously because, oh, this is something that you enjoy to do. People think it's not work what we're doing, but it's work, you know?
Yeah.
It takes time and energy and effort, you know? It's like, I mean, any fucking schmuck can draw a fucking stick figure on a paper, you know? But like what we do, it's complex, it's involved, it's, you know, we're passionate about it. We love what we do. And Aaron's the same way. He loves what he does. Jeffree's the same way. He loves what he does. That's why it takes him so long to put out products, because he perfects it.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, this is what we love to do, and we need to be treated fairly for it. Just because, you know, I could go on Amazon and get it for cheaper, but you're getting something shitty. You know?
With like no meaning behind it.
No meaning, no anything. I love buying artwork from people. Even though I am an artist, I'm also an art collector. I love buying art, all kinds of art. I don't even care, whatever it is. If you've made it, I want it. And, you know, I have things that are so like personal. I have things that are just, I mean, they're like beautifully done, and I've paid big bucks for some too, you know? I started collecting these a while ago. They're prints that you can only buy in Newport of the paintings that are in some of the mansions.
Yeah.
And they're mostly Giovanni Boldini paintings. And it's like he would paint a lot of like women in high society and stuff of the time. And I have 3 of them right now. And I mean, they're not original paintings. Obviously, they're print reproductions. But they're beautiful. And they're exclusive to Newport. And I fucking love that shit.
Right.
And I'll pay up for that shit, because it's like, it's something that means a lot to me. Artwork is so personal. This stuff is so personal to a lot of people. Even makeup is so personal to people. It makes you look good and feel good, you know?
Yeah.
And all this stuff is so personal. And people just take advantage of it for money and greed and power and bullshit. So.
And it's like, it's enough now, you know?
I've had enough. I've had enough of all of you.
I literally have had enough.
I've had enough.
Just like watching people who work their way to get where they want to be.
Yeah. Fairly.
and they go through all the blood, sweat, and tears and fucking battles and all that shit just for other people who just want the easy way out to get to the fucking top to just, take them down. And it's not fair. It's not fair to fucking Aaron. It's not fair to Jeffree. It's not fair to any of these people who have to go through that shit.
I know.
That just people who were just jealous and just want the same thing without putting in any of the fucking effort, because now we live in a world where you could get anything at the touch of the fingertips. Like, honestly, if you want fucking pizza, you could get it in 30 minutes just by hitting a button.
Yeah.
You don't even have to talk to anyone on the phone anymore.
I know.
We live in a world of instant gratification. So when you want your own makeup line or you want animatronics in a movie, you could just get it, at the tip of your fingertips. You don't give a shit who you have to take down to get what you want. That's what I think there's a term from that called like Machiavellianism, I believe.
Yeah.
Where basically the term means like you don't care who you hurt, you don't care about anyone else, you're gonna get what you want and that's it.
Yeah, the Machiavellian society.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. It sucks.
I remember they talked about it in Portal before. That was Cave Johnson.
Cave Johnson is my favorite video game character. He's not even a playable character.
He's not. He's just a voice.
He's my favorite character in a game ever.
Oh my gosh.
He is so fucking funny. I love Cave Johnson.
J.K. Simmons, man. They couldn't have got a better person for that. Anyways.
Incredible. But, so, okay, we're going to wrap it up here before
I know.
This is going to be another, 6-hour episode.
No, we're only an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, for this recording, yeah.
Holy shit.
I know.
I feel like we've been talking for, 70 years. I'm not even exaggerating.
I've been talking my whole life. Haven't stopped. Even while sleeping, I'm still talking.
That's why we call this Gemini Archives. That is what Geminis do. We are talkers. Hi, hello.
Yes, hi.
Welcome to the Gemini Archives, where we never stop talking. But thank you for letting us get that off our chest.
Whew.
I feel lighter. I feel like I've, put it out to the world, and now I can let go of it.
But just to sum it up, though.
Yeah.
To Aaron and Jeffree, if either you are listening to this, which I don't think Jeffree will ever in his lifetime or the next, but maybe Aaron will listen to this.
Please come on our podcast.
First of all, please come on the podcast. We would really love to have you. We have a lot of questions. But second of all, it's just, I commend both of them for just rising above the shit and just taking things in stride and just still going about their way, even though they got fucked over royally,
Yeah.
Because I feel like I relate to that on a lot of levels, because you know how many people have done the same shit to me?
Oh, I know.
Just, I was in a good place and then someone got jealous and then they tried to take me down because they couldn't see me happy. It's people like that, they're gonna get their karma.
Oh, yeah.
They're obviously, they'll get their karma. Just some of the worst people, And by the way, as a tangent, the actual Deadpool commercial that came out, why the fuck was he standing in front of Mitzi when she was the one singing the whole thing?
I know. It was
Whose
horrible.
fucking idea was that?
They couldn't even, position them right.
You couldn't put fucking Fats in the background, who was literally the size of a football field.
Yeah.
You could have saw him and put her on the side. Oh, no.
Even though
I don't
she's
know.
the one that was literally singing the whole track.
I know, and I hope that wasn't Aaron's idea. And if it is, I'm sorry, but that
No, it wasn't. He didn't have any part of that. It was them. They positioned all the characters.
Oh,
and
okay,
stuff.
well then fuck them.
Yeah. At least I think so. From what I saw, I don't think he had any part in positioning them.
Well,
He wasn't even allowed to touch the Deadpool animatronic.
I mean,
I'm like, this guy has worked with animatronics for 40 years.
yeah.
You're not gonna let him touch a stupid fucking... Oh, because the costume's on it.
Well, then take it off.
I'm like, are you kidding? I'm like, he's got animatronics that are worth twice as much as that fucking costume.
I know.
Give me a break. I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. And I'm assuming so. There are some rare ones that he has that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So, with that being said...
Yes.
We're going to end this shit.
Yes.
Because... Man, I feel so much better now. Thank you for letting us talk about that.
Girl, I am hot.
We have been fucking just fuming like fucking balls of fire for a week. I'm like, we need to talk about this on the podcast. I feel so much better now.
Oh my gosh. Well, Like I said earlier in the show, I fell down a Cannibal Corpse hole again. It just, you know what? I'm going to put in Uncle Acid next week. I got to put in Cannibal Corpse this week.
Tune in next week to not hear Uncle Acid for the 4th week in a row.
No, they're literally going to go in next week, I promise.
Okay.
But, because I keep listening to them, but it just happened this week. I was listening to Cannibal Corpse a lot. Because I went back and I watched Centuries of Torment again, and just, that band is so incredible in what they've done and how far they've come and how they basically pioneered metal in like the Northeast because they're from Buffalo.
Yeah.
So, you know, I love watching it and just going. It's like death metal story time.
Yeah.
It's great, you know, just to see how they progressed and all the changes they've gone through and how they've taken them with stride and like all this shit.
And we can speak from personal experience too, because we're going to link this.
Oh, yeah.
You interviewed their drummer.
Paul. I used to work for a webzine that my friend Nico owns called Valkyrian Music. And it was a webzine. He's based in the UK, but I was like
a U.S. representative.
Yeah,
basically.
I don't know if I was the only one. I think I was at the time. And I think more came in later, but at the time when I did this interview, I was the only one. So, and this is when Torture just came out, and I wanted to interview Cannibal Corpse so bad. I like begged Nico. I was like, please hook the sister up. You know, they were like one of my favorite bands. It would mean the fucking world. And he did. He like hooked me up. So,
and then they hooked us up.
I'll get into that in a second. But basically, I didn't know who I was interviewing. They just kind of decided that day it was going to be Paul, which I was really stoked on. Him or Alex would have been great because they're original members. Yeah. Like since the beginning. And I'm like, I really want to talk to an original member, you know. Even Rob would have been cool too, but I'm really glad it was Paul. Paul's very talkative like me.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. So, and this was at the Met in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And it snowed that day.
Oh, it was great.
And I was like,
that was a white knuckle ride the whole way there.
Oh yeah. Jesus,
what the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Hold on a sec. Let me make sure nobody died just now.
I think we're okay.
Where are your blinds?
In front of you.
I have no idea what the hell that was about.
I don't know. Sounded like someone just like tripped or something.
Son of a bitch. Okay, got it.
Anyway, so
sorry, please continue.
The day of that interview, it was snowing outside, like everything just went wrong.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got there, it was just like, it was great. They were on tour with Our Penance from Italy. So I heard a bunch of Italian talking. Yeah. I was like, yes, I know what they're saying.
Yes.
And Misery Index.
Who I could give less of a shit about.
They were pretty good. Not bad. And Baga the Infidel, I believe, opened for that show.
There are dudes.
Yeah.
Hi, Baga the Infidel.
Yeah.
All of you.
I know Mike wasn't really, like, stoked on it.
Yeah, but, well, they were one of the best bands that played that night.
I know, honestly. Misery Index wasn't too bad, but, like, I really like Baga the Infidel a lot.
Same.
That's the first time we heard about them, was that show.
No, I've heard about... That's the first time we saw them. I'd known about them.
I didn't know about them till that show.
Oh, really?
No.
I knew about them for a while.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh, I could see that band now.
Yeah.
Because, well, we're kind of far from that area, so we don't really get to go out to the shows a lot.
Right.
So,
but...
yeah, it was a good show, though.
It was a great show, and, like, the interview was really great. And, like, I wish I asked, like, better questions. Like, well, some of them were good, but some of them were just like, why? You know?
Well, Paul is such, like, a talker. He just kind of...
Oh, he made the interview so much better. I cut out the parts of me asking the questions because it was very awkward transitioning. So I'm like, I'm just gonna like, you'll see if you watch it.
Yeah.
But but the one question I was really happy I asked was like, what movie influences do you use in your lyrics? Because he writes the lyrics for Pat O'Brien's songs. You know, so I'm like, I'm really curious because, you know, you could kind of guess. But, like, at the same time, there could be other shit, like, you don't know about. And he said, like, Night of the Living Dead and The Exorcist and all that. I'm like, well, yeah, I kind of figured that. But then there was, like, a couple others that I can't think of. Anyways. So, but then we got hooked the fuck up at that show because the manager,
great.
Pete, who is, like, a fucking saint on earth, not only put us on the guest list and gave me a photo pass, but he gave me like beer tabs. And I was 20. I couldn't drink, so I gave them to my dad.
I know. I was like, here, Dad, have some free booze. You're welcome.
Oh my gosh, just like the nicest dudes.
I thought I heard one of the cats outside. It's about that time. They're probably going to break the door down.
They'll be fine. Yeah, and they remembered us too because we brought them Oreo truffle balls.
Oh yeah, we made them Oreo truffles.
Yeah,
and we were like, oh, let's just give them. Who doesn't like candy? Holy shit! They fucking went in like 10
minutes.
Yeah.
They said 10 minutes. They ate them all.
Yeah,
I was like, Jesus.
I'm like, look.
And it wasn't just the band; it was the roadies too who ate them.
Yeah, like
so
their
funny.
sound guy and I'm just like, you're welcome.
And Pete comes up to me, he's like, can you give me the recipe for that, please? I'm like, it's really easy.
And then he like the next time we saw him, because we saw him like
a few months later
when they played with Napalm Death and Immolation.
Yeah,
which was
another great fucking show.
That was a great show. Well, that wasn't your interview that time.
That was our friend Nick. We have to ask him to get on the podcast so we could talk about this.
Nick, you want to come on the podcast, please?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that day. Laura and I remember that day very fondly.
Oh, yeah, it's such a great day. Same thing. And it was anyway.
And Nick let us sit on the interviews, and we like took pictures and videos for him and stuff, like for his radio show that he did, college radio, and Pete remembered us. He's like, oh, I made those for Christmas because this was like November, and then we saw him in April.
I thought it was June.
Or it was like May or June, something like that. And you're right, it was June. And so he's like, we made them for Christmas. They went really fast. Everybody loved them. I was cracking up. So I'm like, okay, so now we're family because now we're sharing food.
Yeah.
Like, because we're Italian, that's what we do.
And Lebanese.
Like, that's how
we're very
bond.
Mediterranean, and there's Greek, and like we're very much about food.
Like, there's a joke that Sebastian Maniscalco does, who's also very Italian, obviously. Mm-hmm. He wasn't French with a name like that. And he's like, when I sit down at a table, I gotta have bread within 15 seconds. I'm like, that's literally our family.
Yes, same.
So, Sebastian Maniscalco is literally one of my favorite
I don't know why
people.
I just said same. We have the same family.
He is literally one of our favorites, though.
Yeah.
I love, because if you ever grew up Italian, oh my God, he's literally the epitome of what you and I experienced as kids.
So, but anyway, so
we became good friends with them.
Yeah, and just like the most humble and just the nicest people, and they still like fucking crush. And I know like some people don't like really care for Cannibal's sound, and it's like I don't care, but
which is fine. I get it. Everybody has their preferences, but like you could at least appreciate them as people.
Well, exactly, and like I really appreciate them as people because they were so wonderful to me.
Yeah.
And you too, obviously. But, like, for my interview, because this was, like, the second interview I'd done for Valkyrian, I think, at that point. And I was nervous. I was like, oh, my God, this is one of my favorite bands. I was, like, freaking out. And it was, like, nothing, It was like talking to an old friend.
Yeah.
So
they were like really nice to us, and like they didn't think of us as like stupid kids or fucking. I mean, we weren't kids. We were like 20.
Yeah.
But it's just like they didn't think of like, oh, you guys are fucking dumb.
But they took us seriously, even though they had no fucking idea of what Valkyrian music was.
Yeah.
Or like anything like that.
Yeah.
But it was legitimate because we actually like, reached out through like a PR and like all this,
Yeah. Well, when, Nico set it up through PR and shit, right?
Yeah.
So. It was pretty legit. It is legit. Valkyrian, go check them out. They're really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped writing for them a couple years ago because I got very, like...
Busy
with school and, like, finishing all that. But I still love it, I still follow them. They're great. So
go check them out, Valkyrian.
Yes. Gonna be a lot of links in this episode.
Yeah, you can follow their YouTube channel, and they have a website and everything.
They haven't really posted much on the YouTube channel, but definitely follow the website.
Yeah, the website's constantly putting up stuff. But
yeah.
Yeah, so, oh my God, I fucking, that was really fun.
Yeah.
To just fucking bitch.
I know. Anyway, we're going to put in Cannibal Corpse.
We're going to put in Cannibal Corpse to end a very angry episode. We're going to put in angrier music.
I don't know which song. There's so many. I'm going to find one. Probably not a newer one, but maybe something off of Vile or like Bloodthirst. I don't know.
Maybe Eaten Back to Life, because I have the shirt. I just found the shirt yesterday.
I've been looking for that shirt.
I have it. It got mixed in with mine somehow.
Can I have it back, please?
Yeah, you can have it back.
Thanks. Because I bought that shirt for me.
Eaten Back to Life?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways.
Anyway. the life of a twin. Did you take my fucking shirt?
It like literally happens all the time.
I know. Sometimes they just get mixed in with the laundry and everything. We're like, whoops.
I know.
Oh, well. But, okay.
Yeah, so it might be Chris Barnes Cannibal. It might be Corpse Grinder Cannibal. I don't fucking know yet.
We haven't decided yet. You haven't decided
Probably
yet.
going to be Chris Barnes, though. Not because I prefer him as a vocalist, but because the older albums mean a lot to me. You know? Not that the newer albums don't, but, you know. It's just got a feeling that's different from the new stuff that I just prefer right now.
Yeah.
So.
I understand. I'm like that with Iron Maiden.
Yes.
I love Bruce Dickinson, but I really love Paul Di'Anno.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's like me with the Misfits, too. Like, dancing's cool.
Yeah.
But, like, Michael Graves, it's just, like, fucking killed that bit. Like, I love Michael Graves so much.
I like dancing more.
Ugh. We're gonna have to arm wrestle this out.
I don't know if the mic picked that up, and I just slammed my arm on the table like, let's go.
My gosh, you ever see those professional arm wrestling videos? And it's like the guy snaps his whole wrist backwards?
I can't even watch those for a second. I can't watch.
And then he like removes his hand, and it's like the Deadpool fucking flings the arm. That's what it looks like.
Lauren.
It looks like someone who just broke their arm from a fucking professional arm wrestling.
You know what?
tournament.
That's literally what it looks like too. So. Oh Jesus!
All right,
I know. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll put in an iron. No, I'm gonna put in Deep Purple. I'm gonna do it.
Well, it's already done.
It's already done. You already heard it. It's fine. I was just thinking of like, oh, I haven't listened to Maiden in a while.
I know.
Maybe I will put in Maiden. You've heard either Maiden or Deep Purple right now. So it's probably going to be Deep Purple because it won't make sense. So, and I don't want people coming, actually, that's Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking know. But okay, we're going to end this now with some beautiful Cannibal Corpse stuff.
Next week it'll be Uncle Aston. Next week, hopefully, we'll get a fucking episode up.
I know. Oh my God. I have so much to do still. We're hoping. If I can manage to get all my shit done and my life together, we're going to have an episode next week. And if not, we will see you in 2 weeks. And there's nothing I could do about it. And I love you. And
yes.
And thank you for joining us.
I also love you.
And Lauren also loves you. And thank you for joining us on the Gemini Archives. We will
another spectacular bitchy episode.
Yeah. We'll see you next week, 2 weeks. We'll see you soon.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Controversies.